So I suddenly remembered the book from nowhere in the middle of the night. And then I just go to the bedroom and I look for the book and it's over there and I take it out. And I took it out and I just randomly, I just prayed, Bhagavane, I used to say, Bhagavane, and I opened that book. And whatever I read at that time, I don't know, it gave me so much peace because it said that, don't worry, I'm there with you.
Sairam, dear listeners, welcome to Sai SOUL 100. Our guest today is Sister Sudha Varadarajan, who is joining us from Fairfax, Virginia. Sairam, Sister Sudha, thank you for joining Sai SOUL 100.
Sairam, Sister Prabha, I'm very happy to be here.
Sairam, please share your story.
Yeah, before I share my story, I just want to say, Swami, please speak through me. I come from a very small town in India, and I didn't know anything about Swami. In that small township, we had just one temple, Ganesha temple, one church, and one mosque. And
What
that's
is
it.
that area called?
It's the place is called as Donimalai, and I studied. All my schooling was done there, and I was like, even going to the temple, I'd go because my mom would ask me to. I was like a very playful, very playful. Never took anything seriously. But one thing which always bothered me was like my dad's health. I always was a very insecure child when it came to my dad. And because he always had some or the other health issues, nothing major, but whenever he would get sick, he would straight away have to be admitted in the hospital. Like it would never be like he took one medicine and it got all right. If he starts getting hiccups, it would not stop for days together. So Baba came to my into my life in one of those days when at one of those times when I really needed him. So basically, like I have an elder sister, 3 years older than me, and then younger brother, 6 years younger than me. And when I was in, I think, 11th grade, and my 11th or 10th grade, and my sister had joined college, and my dad, me, my brother, and my mom were we had dinner, and at night, my dad suddenly fell sick. I don't even know what happened. I was sleeping, but my dad fell asleep, and my mom sick, and my mom woke me up in the middle of the night and said that Sudha, I have called for the ambulance and I'm going to the hospital. Dad, take care of my brother. My brother's name is Prasanna. Take care of him. Don't wake him up. Let him sleep. And she said, you also go back to sleep. But that's it. I begged her that I want to go with them because I was very scared for my dad. By then, the ambulance came. She had woken me up at the last minute when she was going to leave. And mom said that, no, 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 stay. Otherwise, like, brother will wake up and he will be searching. And she left with him, and no cell phones those days. And we had an intercom, but I didn't know where to call. I didn't know whom to call and, ask. And I was like, very, very scared. I cried for some time, wept for some time. I wanted to wake my brother up and tell him that dad has gone to the hospital. I wanted to share my feelings, but I didn't know to whom. And I was just walking and back and forth. And suddenly I remembered 2 years back when I was in a seventh grade or eighth grade vacation, when I had been to Chennai, where my family, the rest of the extended family lives. My cousin, my Peripa's son, he had given me a book called Shirdi to Puttaparthi. And I looked at that book and I thought, what's this book and why is he giving it to me? But he said, you love books, right? I used to love reading books. He said, read this book. And I said that, okay. So he said, do you know who he is? And I said that, no. And I neither knew Shirdi Baba nor Swami. I didn't know any of them. And he said, you read it, he said. And I go to Puttaparthi every Dashara for service, he said. I said, okay. I didn't know what service, what kind of service, what is he even talking about, where Puttaparthi was. I said, okay. And then because he had given it to me, I just took the book and I kept it in and I had forgotten about it. But I remember I always had a bookshelf for myself and then I had kept it in there. When I was walking back and forth and was very upset and worried, and I was like very desperate to know I always used to get very scared for his life, because though it was not big, but in my mind, every single thing, every little thing which happened with him, I would have the fear of losing him. So I suddenly remembered that book from nowhere in the middle of the night. And then I just go to the bedroom and I look for the book, and it's over there, and I take it out. And I took it out and I just randomly, I just prayed, Bhagavane, I used to say, Bhagavane, and I opened that book. And whatever I read at that time, I don't know, it gave me so much peace, because it said that, don't worry, I'm there with you. The message which it gave was that, I'm there with you. And I felt like I wanted to clutch it. Like, and I just read two more pages. Beyond that, I'm again getting very desperate. Oh my gosh, God is, and I held that book. And I'm walking back and forth with that book. And within few minutes, I received the call from my mom. Actually, before I got to that book, it had been more than an hour and a half or so. I had wept, I had walked here and there, I was looking at the window and stuff like that. And then my mom called and said that, Dad is fine, Sudha, everything is fine. Doctor came and saw him. There's nothing to worry. He will be discharged in the morning, because we have come here. He has asked us to stay overnight and go in the morning. She said that, don't worry now, go and sleep. I was so relieved that my dad is going to live with me. And then after that, I kept the book back. Somehow I found solace. And then I was trying to recollect, like, and here and there, I would go take that book. Here and there, I would open the pages whenever, like, I feel disturbed, read few pages, keep it back. That used to be my thing. Then I finished my 12th grade and I had to go to college. Even when I was in college, I didn't have anybody in my circle who said that I was Sai devotee or Sai Baba. I never heard about Swami. Then I went back to my college. I finished after my graduation. When I came back, my dad got transferred to Chennai. So it was a transferable job. And in the past, also, we had gotten transferred many times, but my dad could somehow avoid it, going to Madhya Pradesh and stuff. But this time they said that Chennai office needed someone who spoke local language, and they needed my dad there. So my dad moved to Chennai. My sister had finished her engineering and she had already gotten a job, and she was in Chennai that time. I had just graduated. I went to Chennai. And the bus stop where I get down at Gindi, one day I got down and I saw Shirdi Sai Mandir. I thought, exactly at the bus stop behind, one day I saw that board and I saw, okay, it says Shirdi Sai Mandir, let me go and see. I went to the temple. Coincidentally, it was a Thursday and there was bhajans. And I attended the bhajans. I really, really enjoyed the bhajans. I attended the complete bhajans. After that, it became a routine. Every Thursday, I would go to that mandir. I'll get down there. Thursday, I'll go to the mandir and only then come home. And then I told my dad, Dad, I went to Shirdi Baba Mandir, it's over there. He said, oh, okay, I'll take you to Sundaram once, he said. Because my dad was aware of it. I wasn't. And we attended, and it was amazing. I actually liked the discipline a lot. I liked the way discipline, and it was huge. I saw so many people, and the bhajans were amazing. The singers were amazing, and and I sat on the sand there. It's like so nice. I just attended the bhajans and everything, and I told my dad whenever possible. It was not close by to our house though, so I told my dad that whenever be possible, you should bring me here. He said, "Okay, we will come." And then we came back. From then, it was always Sairam. I started. I had. I still have. After my wedding, I got that photo with me to my house, and I still have it. With one side Shirdi Baba, one side Swami Puttaparthi Baba, and I had that book. I finished reading the book too. And then someone told me about Satcharita. I don't remember who. I gradually Sairam became inherent with me. Like always, it was Sairam. I don't even realize how, but and I felt very settled. And my mom and dad also became Sai with me. They also somehow seeing my devotion and everything. My mom and dad, both of them became followers of Swami. And then they wanted me to get married. They would go to marriage bureaus and they will get a lot of horoscopes. And usually before taking it, they will ask me. But the one time, like, second time when they were going to take few, first time they took nothing matched or whatever. And the second time when they had 15 and they were asking me, see, we got a lot of it. Where, like, we are seeing which one you want to. I removed some of them because I didn't feel comfortable. And one particular one, I said that no, I don't want it because boy is in Oman and I don't even know where on earth Oman is. And mom says I have to work. And if he has to go back to Oman and I'm going to be here, please don't, like, I was giving logical explanation as to why I'm rejecting all this. My dad said, okay, okay, okay. And then somehow my mom and dad made a mistake or whatever, that's what they say. They took that horoscope also and took it to that person who matches. And this person who was working in Oman, it matched perfectly. And the uncle said, Ma, your mom and dad have got so many horoscopes, but I know that he's going to be your husband. And he showed me. And I'm shocked because it says Oman. And I told my mom, but I said that I don't want you to. My mom said, he will say, we'll just try. I said, no, please don't send. Like, I don't want him to get married to me and leave me back and go somewhere else. My mom had applied. His family came to see me and they were Sai devotees. When they came and said Sairam, and then I was like, oh my gosh, Baba has sent me this. I just took it like that. Okay, this is someone Baba chose for me. And here comes a family for whom Sairam is everything. And my mother in law is very much involved in Sai Mandir in Mylapore, and she sings bhajans. My father in law lived in Shirdi for some time during a crisis time, and he has knows all the four RPs. And I was like, what? And Swami has sent me this. And I said that, oh, okay, Shirdi Baba, but I follow Swami too. That's what I told her because I didn't know. She said that, yeah, both are one and the same. And like, yeah, Shirdi Baba in two different forms. And like, then she asked me, do you know bhajans? I said, you do sing bhajans? I said, yes. And I sang a bhajan. And that's it. My mom and dad are being quietly watching me. And I'm like, full fledged getting involved. They left. And then I told my dad that, dad, like, this Baba ve Anicha, like, in Tamil, Baba himself has found them for me. This is Baba. I want to, like, I will be very happy if I get married with him. And then my dad said that, wait, let's go and watch and stuff. And then they watched. Fine. Eventually, my husband said that I have to meet the girl. I don't know from where she is. She hasn't even seen me. And she's saying, yes, but I have to see her. He came and met, and we eventually got married. But mainly, nothing changed my decision, even after seeing his photo, whatever, because I had made up my mind that Baba had chosen this family for me. That's it. We got married, and I got okay, and then I went to Shirdi too. Then I went to Puttaparthi. Then with my husband, and then we had to move to Johannesburg. So when I went to South Africa, I had actually in between I had my first kid, and I like I named him Sai Sankalp because everything was Sai, because this my husband was a gift to me from Sai. This life which I have is a gift to me from Sai, because I had no dreams, no thoughts, nothing. Like I was, and till now, if I'm living so comfortably and so happily, safely, everything to Sai. Everything is because of Sai Ram. And then after my child's birth, when he was going to turn 2, we had to move to South Africa. So we went to Johannesburg, and there too we found a Sai center, and we started going there. My husband, my like my, I was, everything was Sai for me, like Sai Ram, Sai, and there's a bhajan called Sai Baba Pranam, Shirdi Baba Pranam, O mere Atma Ram, Baba le lo mere. Sorry, it's like when I'm so warm. Ishwar Allah Ram. There's a bhajan. Sabke ghar Sai Ram. पूर्ण करो मेरे काम परम शांति प्रिय राम. This bhajan will always be my closure of my prayers. I would always sing this bhajan because puran karo mere kaam, whatever is in my heart, you will take care of it, like, so then my older one went to Sai Center there, and we would attend Sai Bhajans. Then we had to come back to India after 3.5 years. When we came back to India, in my community where I lived, there were Sai devotees. So we started doing Thursday bhajans in my house. Most often in my house, but I would go to other, others also could host whenever they can and whenever they could. And then we did bhajans over there. So the my stay in Bangalore went very, very well with Sai being around all the time, and Sairam's, blessings. I had a group of people with whom I could talk. Everything was fine. And then I had to move to US because my husband got transferred. It was an internal transfer. So we moved to US, and we felt that moving to US was fine because we had to make the decision because my father-in-law wanted us to go. And my older one was having some kind of health issues. So we thought, okay, it's good. We will get some medical attention here. So we came here. When we moved here, I felt very lonely because in the apartment, I didn't have anybody who was Sai devotee. I had few friends here, but they were far off. I didn't have another car to go and visit them often. I don't know. I didn't know of any Sai place and where to go. I felt very cut off, and I somehow felt as if Baba was angry with me. It was like I used to question, and I used to ask my husband, why is Baba upset with me? Why is he totally cut me off from me? I'm not able to talk to anybody. I am not able to go to temple. And that too, regularly doing Sai bhajans every Thursday. And suddenly here, nobody with whom I could sing. I actually did it myself. But somehow I wanted a community, and I always felt that Baba cut me off. Personally, I was going through a lot of problems because of my child's health, and I was both my husband and we lost our father-in-law at the time, and it was a very, very, very difficult time because the same insecurity which I used to have with my dad, I was having with my older one. We couldn't diagnose what it was, and I was kind of getting depressed. To For others to look at, I had everything in life: a very supportive husband, a life in US, my son who was super intelligent, was doing awesome at studies, he was on top, there was no financial crisis, but I didn't have any peace of mind because my son's health was bothering us so much. We are going from doctor to doctor here in US, and they were not able to pinpoint and tell what was going on. And it was a very tough 4 5 years in my life. And I was also upset that I'm not able to go to Sai Mandir. I don't know why I was upset, at whom I was upset, but I was upset at Baba. That he had cut me off. He had left me. But Sairam, that word Sairam, never went away from my lips because it was not something which I could take it off my lips. It would come whether or not I thought about him. My son would have stomach pain. I would be rubbing his stomach and saying Sairam, 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 Sairam. That would be my common, constant thing which I would say. Nothing else but Sairam. But I was also angry and I was also sad. What did I do? Why don't I have anybody here? And I was missing a lot of that bhajan singing community, basically a community. Then my son got medical attention he needed, and we started treating him. And I had my younger one. I gave birth to another child, my son. For him, I said no. For Sai, how I did Sai bhajans and Sai got into Sai Center. For him, I have to find Sai Center where we can go for Sai bhajans. And before even that, that was the time when he was just born. But my older one got into a school, and for that, we had to carpool, and I got to know about Sister Soumya. And she said that no, you can come and join this center. Like, we have center, we sing bhajans, and I was waiting. As soon as a story group, my younger one became the age of story group, I got him to the center and I joined back as SSC group here. I feel that with my younger child, I have come back to the Sai center. And though I am not able to all the time attend bhajans, though I am not able to do everything, all the services, everything my heart desires to, but I know that Swami will take care. Now with study circle and everything, it gives me great solace. It's like my oxygen. When I go to a study circle and come, I feel very good. And I feel that, okay, now I have, feel that no, Baba was never angry with me. He was always there with me. Why did I even think like that? Because he knew that time, whatever I had on hand, probably I had to focus on that. And now, when I'm going to Sai Center, now with Swami, I share a complete different relationship where I feel that, oh, okay, Swami, it is not that kind of fighting mode now. I have sorted my differences with Swami, and Swami said that I've always been there with you because those tough time I couldn't have crossed if not for Swami's support. Somehow I got support in various ways, even for my mental stability, for me to survive that very, very, very tough time. I watched, be it YouTube videos, be it inspirational talks, be it watching different gurus speaking. All those I felt Sairam provided me what I needed. I got those only because Sai thought, okay, this is the language which she will understand. This is what she needs. This is what she needs to hear. Every minute I was clutching and I would not be able to sleep without watching these videos because I was terrified for my son's life. So that stage has gone. And now I feel, why should I fear? When he is the one who got us all down, right? I am living his life. He is the one who has given me this life. Doesn't he know how to take care of it? Doesn't he know? Will he even let me down, like let my child down? Will he let his own child down? I know that everything will be all right. So that's my journey, like, to put it in short, Sairam, that word has always stuck by me. And now I know that he was always there. Why was I so mad at him? Like sometimes now I feel sometimes bad, but I think that that's the relationship I share with him.
Sairam, Sister Sudha, thank you so much for sharing your story. Swami entered your life through the book Shirdi to Parthi. Interesting that it should be that book with that title, because from listening to your story, it seems every experiences you've had, it's been with from Shirdi to Sri Satya Sai.
Yes.
Right? So first of all, in the book, and secondly, when you started listening to bhajans, the bus stand, right? And you saw the Shirdi Sai Mandir, and you
Yes.
went to Shirdi Sai Mandir, right?
Yeah.
And then from there, you went on to Satya Sai Baba, right?
Yes.
Who you call as Sairam or Sai, right?
Yeah.
And then, of course, when your husband comes into your life,
Yeah.
without meeting your husband, having that full faith that Swami sent this family to me. This is the gift that Swami has given me, right? And having that full faith because you loved Swami so much.
Yes.
For somebody who loved Swami so much and said, Sairam, 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 that Swami taught you to have that inherent name on your lips. And then you moved to the US to have this experience of distance from Swami, particularly at the time when you were struggling the most, you felt, right? When you're struggling, your son's health, not knowing where to go, not the ability to travel on your own, to go to places, not knowing if there is even a center around, right? But at that time, you were yearning for Swami, although you felt he was angry at you. You were listening online to satsang to inspire yourself, but internally you were angry at Swami, right? And I think that's a very important thing for us to pay attention to here, because sometimes there are many of us, Swami is so strongly in our life, but something happens and you feel like Swami is not there for me. Why isn't he there for me when I need him the most, right? But somehow through your son, older son, is where you were, because of your pain of watching him go through this health issue, right? But he is also the son who brought Satya Sai Baba Center to you because of the car drive with another family who happened to go to that same school. The child of the other family and your son happened to go to that same school. And so this other family said, well, no, there is a Sai Center. We go to it. Why don't you come? Right? So through your older son, Swami came back into your life. Well, he was always in your life, but made you realize that Swami is always there with you. And then your son, younger son, also gets to have that experience of going to Bal Vikas, just like your older son had, which was your wish, right? And Swami's been wishing you, blessing you with that. So now you go to the center regularly, paying attention to and enjoying the satsang during study circles. But life is cushy when things are going our way. But when you look back and kind of dwell on that time when it was very, very tough for you, right?
Yes.
Now you know he was always there with you, probably carrying you. You know that poem or saying where Swami is walking next to this devotee and there are two footprints, right? And then at one point, the devotee is suffering. And along the sand, he only sees one footprint. And he turns around and tells God, where were you when I needed you? And God is saying, I was carrying you. And that comes to my mind, just summarizing what you had mentioned, that he had carried you all the way, but you didn't know it, you didn't feel it. But hindsight, Swami has blessed you with the realization that he was carrying you during that time. You have come to that level because of the tough journey that he has put you through. And that journey continues. It's not like it's all hunky-dory now, right, in the material world. But the journey continues, but you now have this companionship of Swami that you know for sure that he's there with you. So thank you, Sister Sudha, for coming to Sai Soul 100 and sharing your story.
Thank you, Sister Prabha. Thank you, Sairam, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Sairam. Sairam, dear listeners, thank you for listening to Sai Soul 100 with Sister Sudha Varadarajan. I am Prabha Swaminathan. Until next time, Jai Sairam.